Okay, so I'm gonna do some examples for proportional relationships that go along with my lesson on proportional relationships. So we're doing this practice and we're gonna use the first worksheet is using unit rates. I'm getting all of these from Common Core sheets. They are a good resource in like learningandeducation.com as well as some other sites. But the majority of this is from Common Core sheets. Using unit rates. So I will start with that first and do two examples of each one of them. So unit rates is the price for one item. Um, so here we have in September, a clothing store had a sale where you could get four scarves for 74.80. In October, the price changed for three scarves for 56.31. On which month did the scarf cost the most? So to find, so to know that, I will have to get my unit cost. So what I'll go ahead and do is open up my calculator. I'm sorry, I should have had this open for you. Okay, so let's begin. So I just have to divide to get the cost for one. Remember, we did that proportional relationship. We said to get the price for one item, you just divide. Like if four oranges cost $8, you would divide to get the price for one. You say $8 divided by four. You get one orange cost $2. So it's the same thing here. So we'll get the price for one scarf. We'll say 74.80 divided by 4, and that should give us like around, I'm not sure, let me see, but let's go ahead and divide it by 4. 74.80 divided by 4, we get 18.70. So in in September, the price for one scarf was 18.70. Yeah. Now let's find out the price for one scarf in October. So we'll do 56.31 divided by 3 in October is 18.77. So it's $7 more in October. So the month where it is the most is October. And we'll go ahead and submit. And it's correct. Let's do another one. Says at a restaurant, 6 hot dogs cost $145.92, and two hamburgers cost $48.80. Which food has the lower unit price? So we'll just go ahead and get our calculator and divide to find our unit price. So we'll say 1450, 145.92 divided by 6. It does mean one hot dog costs 24.32. And 48.80 divided by 2, that's kind of easy because these are all multiple of 2. That will be 24.40. One hot dog will cost 24.40. So which one has the lower unit price? The hot dogs cost for 24.32, while the hamburgers cost 24.40. So the hot dog would be my lower one. So you just divide for the unit price. So that's what you do for this. And let's submit. Let's do one more. Says at a farmer's supply store, 7 pounds cost 142.73. If the farmer needs 3 pounds of seed, how much would that cost him? So we'll divide to find the cost of one, and then we'll have to multiply by 3 to find the cost for 3. So we'll say 142.73 divided by 7 will give us that the price for one pound is 20.39. So the price for 3 pounds will be 3 times that. So we'll say times 3, 61.17. And that's all you would do for these. Um, okay, so that's that for units. For units. Um, Next we'll go on to this is identifying proportional relationships tables, true tables. So here it says, for every lawn mowed, how many dollars was earned? So for this, you want to divide and make sure you keep getting the same thing, right? If I divided 370, I see the easiest one to divide here is 370 by 10. 370 by 10, I get 37, right? So for one mow, it'll cost $37 to mow one lawn, according to this 10 to 37. But let's just make sure it's the same thing if we divide again. So let's just check with our calculator. So if I do 148 divided by 4, I get 37, okay? 333 divided by 9, I get 37 again. 370 divided by 10, of course, I get 37 again. And 185 divided by 5, 37. And 296 divided by 8, I get 37. Okay, so that lets me know that it costs $37 to mow one lawn. So that means my function is, my y is 37 times whatever my x is, okay, times my number of lawn mow. So I'll just go ahead and put y equals 37x. That is the function. And this is how you know a proportional relationship. Every time you divide the y by your x, you will get the same number each time. Let's check our answer. Correct. And submit. Let's do another one. Here we have votes for Faye is 9. Vote for Adam is 423. It says for every vote for Faye, there were blank votes for Adam. So let's find out the proportion. If we do 94 divided by 2, that's the easiest one to me to do by head. 94 divided by 2 will be 2 will go into 9 4 times, and we'll have 1 left over. 2 will go into 14 7. So that will be 47, okay? So 94 divided by 2, that's 47. So I'm thinking I should get 47. Okay, here, 470 divided by 10, again, 47. So I can see it's going to be for every 1 vote, Adam gets 47. So I'll write y equals 47x for my function, okay? And you can see it here, okay? So that's how you do identifying proportions with tables. We'll go next to identifying proportions in graphs. So let's do one of these. We can see that it says we write our proportion as y equals kx, where k is our constant ratio, right? So here we see when we are at 8, we're at 40. And proportions will always start at 0, 0, the graph of a proportion, okay? So when we're at 8, we're at 40. Then 16, we're at 80. So what we'll do is say 40 divided by 8, that gives me 5. 80 divided by 16, that gives me 5 again. When we're at 24, we're at 120. 120 divided by 24, that gives me 5 again. And 160 divided by 32 will also give me 5. So I'll just go ahead and write y equals 5x. And that's with graphs. So it's the same thing with table, except you're just looking at a graph. And just so you see what I'm talking about, I will annotate a little bit for you. When our x is 2, our y is 14, right? Here, when our x is 4, our y is 28. So to get to our y's, it looks like it's always 7 times x, right? 7 times 2 will give me 14. 7 times 4 will give me 28. But you can just simply say 14 divided by 2 is what? 7. 28 divided by 4 is what? 7, right? So let's see this. When our x is 6, our y is 42. So you just know it's 7. So I'm going to go ahead and put 7 right here. And submit. So that's how you complete those assignments. Um, the next one is finding out within a word problem what my proportional equation will be. Remember, it's y equals something times your x. So again, you would just divide. Here we have 3483 times, 9 times something will give me 3483. So to find out what it is, I'll say 3483 divided by 9. That'll give me 387. Okay. So this can be expressed as y equals 3.87 times x, where x is my number of boxes and y is my cost. So my cost will equal $387 times how many boxes I have. How much would it cost for one box? So for one, I'll just say 387. Okay. Let's do another one. Again, I would just divide 208.08 by 8. So I'll just do this by head. Just show you 208.08 by 8 to find out how much it will cost for one crate. Okay. So 8 will go into 20 2 times 16. So that'll give me 4 left over. I'll just put the 4 really small in front of my 8 right here. And we'll look at this as 48. 8 will go into 48 6 times. And then we'll just do 26 point, and 8 will go into 0801 time, right? 1 time. So it'll be 26.01 for one crate, okay? If we simplified it. So that's what we're gonna do. You can use your calculator if you wanted. So I'll just show you. Just say 208.08 divided by 8. Get 26.01, okay? So it costs $26.01 for one crate. That means we can write the formula for this function as my y, which is my cost, is equal to 26.01 times my x, which is my number of crates. So that's how that function would look like that, okay? So that's it. And I will go ahead and check the answer, and it's correct. So that's it for proportional relationships. It's not too bad. And identifying proportional relationships in graphs and in tables, in word problems, it's all about just dividing and checking if you keep getting the same thing. If you keep getting that constant ratio.